Do you believe that I can read your mind? I'm going to show you 8 cards, and what I want you to do is look at the cards and choose one. Only one, and focus on it. Remember the shape, the look, the color. Focus. Have you chosen your card? Now, remember your card, focus on it, close your eyes, and I will connect with you. Okay. I will now remove the card of your choice. You will see now that your card is missing. Am I psychic? Can I read your mind? In this episode, we are going to talk to an international energy intuitive person, 2 mind readers, and a spiritual martial artist to find out more and in depth about the mind and how we can read into it, tap into it. We are all intrigued by the courageous act of religious devotees walking on fire to show penance to God or to fulfill a vow that one has taken. And when this happens, we can witness that the person is in trance, whereby it is an altered state of consciousness. And in this state, we believe that we can do certain dangerous acts. Does this help to prove that our senses do go beyond touching, tasting, smelling, seeing, and hearing? And so, do we all have extrasensory powers? In this episode, we will witness how, when we control our mind, we can overcome the obstacles that block our intuition. A form of extrasensory perception, or commonly known as the sixth sense. Are we all psychics who are able to read what a complete stranger is thinking and feeling? First, we will meet with Mr. Albert Tong, a spiritual martial artist with 40 years of experience in yoga, karate, and other arts like Korean Tangsudo and something local called Rikulan combat. He will demonstrate live a miraculous act of mind over matter and share with us his understanding of extrasensory perception and intuition. Before we show you the demonstration of Albert eating glass, I need to warn all of you that not to be done by yourself unless you have had training and you know what to do. So please do not do this at home. All right. Okay, we're gonna have your glass eating, shall we?
Yep.
This is real. This is
right,
yeah, it's the real thing.
Okay.
It's crunchy. No, it's okay.
You want to have a try?
No.
So it's the same, eh?
Can you do me a favor? Take another bite, and before you swallow, you open. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Then swallow the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Lick your gums, no blood.
No?
Oh.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay. It's like eating peanuts actually.
Peanuts.
Only is tasteless.
It gets all digested into your
Yes.
system.
Our body, we have five elements. We have the wood, metal, earth. This is silicon. Silicon is made from earth.
How long have you been eating glass?
I'd say about 20 years ago.
When you ate this, were you not concerned that it will cut you up?
No. Faith. Must have a little bit of faith.
Right.
Faith moves a mountain.
Ain't no mountain high enough or ain't no glass hard enough. So when you ate glass, what were you proving?
Mind power is stronger than the physical body or the physical world. As long as you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Can you give me what is your definition of the mind?
We talk a bit about the brains, because our brains divided into three functional minds. On the left side, we have a con side. The con is negative. It's always thinking of negative. Why? Because it's to protect us. Example, because crossing the road, it will always tell you, be careful, be careful.
Negative as in precautionary, kind of paranoid.
Yeah, as a protect you.
Okay.
On the right side, we have the positive side. Positive is always thinking of good things. The middle mind is called is also for meditation, meditative mind. So if your center mind is strong, your intuition becomes strong.
So you believe in intuition?
Yes.
So the ability to read minds.
Read minds is a different chapter. It's like the driving. You can learn how to drive, but to be an F1 driver is next level. What we need to do is to strengthen the middle mind.
Okay.
So we can do that by practicing yoga or meditation.
Now that we have witnessed how through a sincere spiritual practice, the mind can even direct the body to digest glass, we are one step closer to realizing our intuitive abilities. This is one example of how the mind is powerful, but like our muscles, it needs to be trained. Up next, we will speak to two neuro-linguistic programming trainers and master coaches, Andreas and Najwa Dawn of Asia Mind Dynamics. Are we really born intuitive and possess the gift of knowing things before they happen?
What is the best way you could explain to someone what is intuition?
A feeling of like somebody knows something's going to happen, but there is no rational explanation. Your soul is eternal anyway.
Yes.
A soul in a body,
Yes.
it comes with that gift.
Right.
Yes. Because you are in a body, the body also has its own way of seeing things. For instance, to see, you have a physical eye. Yeah. But intuition is something like they can see without using their physical eye.
If intuition is happening and people do have it naturally, how come some people just lose it? Is it possible?
So you have an intuition and then you are trying to make explanations for it at a conscious level, at a rational level, without actually realizing it came intuition first, that feeling just bubbled up, something might happen, whatever it is. Somebody might ask you, so how did you know that? And the moment you're starting to think about how did you know that, you're starting to justify it, rationalize.
Yeah. Like for instance, let's just say you were born very intuitive as a child. You can see things people cannot see. And you go to your mom and say, Mommy, that person is so colorful. And your mom says,
Don't play like that.
Don't talk nonsense.
yes. So the parents block it for them.
We now know that we are all intuitive, but this ability has been blocked by our upbringing, distrust, and also phobias. In the next segment, we will witness how easily it is to remove a phobia from our mind, such as the irrational fear of cockroaches, through a method known as timeline therapy.
Conscious mind is everything you are aware of right now, like you're listening to my voice. Maybe you hear the sound of the air condition. Unconscious mind is what is inside of you, which is holding your values, your beliefs, your experiences, your emotions, everything in your unconscious mind. So we have conscious mind and we've got an unconscious mind. And somewhere along that line, in your unconscious mind, you've installed that old belief of, hey, there's a cockroach, I gotta be scared or whatever it is, okay? That actually means that you have a very, very strong unconscious mind. That means you have a strong unconscious mind which can learn extremely fast. And you can use your unconscious mind, for instance, to heal your body, to set your goals, to achieve whatever you want in your life. Because it has this fear of what happened earlier to happen it over and over again. It's all about protection. Your mind is not good, not bad, it's about protecting you and helping you to reach your goal. So you walk around into the room, you look around if there's one. If you see one, you get goosebumps or you get a feeling somewhere else, or because I saw you earlier and that what happened, basically you touched your chest actually, your torso basically. What?
I was scared, I will run away. If the cockroach chase me back, I will shout and run.
Okay.
If the cockroach fly,
You shout even louder.
I'll be crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good enough, okay. You are good. See how good you are actually. That was a good phobia.
I cannot think anything in my mind. I just want to hit the cockroach until die. Remind me to check the cockroach everywhere. I don't know why, I'm really scared, so that's why I will check. Even I get into the toilet just now, I will check on the floor first.
What will happen if the phobia just simply disappears?
Due to professional reasons as requested by Andreas, we will not showcase the process of the timeline therapy that lasted for about an hour. It was also the first time that Andreas met with the participant, Yasmin. What was obvious to me was that between Andreas and Yasmin, they developed very quickly an intuitive trust, which led to Yasmin's success in releasing her phobia.
Okay, that's an awful thing.
Okay.
Good. Oh, I see. Okay, if she can hold it. But that will never happen in your life, you know, because they are running away from you now.
Yes, I did it. Yeah. I really did it.
Yes, I do completely believe in intuition.
In the first place, I may not believe it, but until it happened, then I have to say the intuition is always a message to you.
I would say I personally do not believe in intuition.
Coming up next is a group of 6 strangers who were brought together to take part in a series of intuitive exercises. What was the outcome of these experiments?
I drew a lot of symbols. You are like a lone traveler, always on your journey to seek truth. You will take everything. You are very observant, very intuitive about anything that goes in your life. And this is not fearful of anything. Live like falling down, just let it flow. You do not care about the end. It's the journey that matters the most.
I must say that's absolutely spot on. For somebody not to know me at all and yet tell me exactly where my life is, or for that matter, me doing the exercise where I was actually describing that person and it was spot on again.
At the beginning of this episode, we met with Albert To, a spiritual martial artist who showed us the power of mind over matter. Next, we spoke to Andreas and Nadra Dawn about intuition and how, through a guided therapy, we could remove phobias that block our natural intuitive abilities. In this next segment, we will go to A New Earth, a holistic and metaphysical center, to meet with Sandra Sweetman, an energy intuitive from Canada. She will coach a group of strangers to trust and use their intuition through what she calls a play shop.
I see that you're a happy person. When you go outdoors, you always have buddies with you. You're into environmental issues. You love Mother Nature.
I think you're pretty spot on with the Mother Nature and environment side.
Yes, I do believe in intuition, but sometimes I just lack confidence in believing myself. A couple of months back, I did a major operation. I was going around looking for doctors who can operate on me with a minimum risk, and I found one just within 5 minutes of talking to him. I said, okay, just operate on me. I believe you, and I'm still here right now.
I can see lots of brightness from you. As I was just drawing, something just came up to me and I have no idea why. So there's this nice piece of land and from there is a valley. What came to me are some skulls.
I think the third eye has also a spiritual connotation because I am pursue a spiritual career, and then there's this big land that we're building new things on. Yeah, it's really quite deep for someone that doesn't even know me.
Exactly, that you only, this is it. You only, laid eyes on each other for the first time today, and yet you're able, through your intuition, to access all this information. First of all, I would like to do some sound to get us all on the same page. What do I mean by all on the same page? Sometimes our minds can be scattered, we can be somewhere else. So I'm using sound here, utilizing the energy of sound to bring in some centering, to get you nice and centered and grounded.
what is the purpose of your work before people think we're actually invading the mind?
Right. So first of all, this has nothing to do with mind reading. Nothing to do with invading mind or being like a psychic snoop and, I'm going to look at you and see what's going on. What it is we're looking beyond the five senses and looking beyond. So really, it's about quantum physics. It's about subtle energy and assessing the subtle energy field. This is something that has been around for millennia, and now modern science is catching up that, there's something more than just the physical. And so it's about learning that and going through with that. And then what happens is, how we work is to assist people to find their own inner wisdom. I'm going to give you a reading and I'm going to tell you all about yourself and tell your fortune and stuff like that. No, that's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is for us to really understand energy and to be able to function in a way incorporating subtle energy as an everyday thing in our lives.
Okay, so you being a practitioner of energy intuition, you will assist your clients to understand deeper into themselves in order to find solutions perhaps to life-challenging moments, maybe even paranoia.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, actually, there's a whole thing about phobias where you can use your intuition to see what was the origin of this phobia and then clear it. So we're actually using what are called energy psychology techniques. For example, somebody may have a problem and no matter what they do, they're stuck with it, right? They're sort of stagnant. And so by using intuition, you can get to the root cause of the problem and clear it. And then things do happen where you clear a phobia, you clear an allergy, the person feels better, lighter, generally enjoying life more.
How does this intuition come about?
Well, intuition is more a skill rather than a gift. Many people say, this is a gifted psychic or whatever, right? But actually, it's something that is innate of all of us. And for a lot of people, it's dormant. They may not have used it at all. For some people, they already use it, but they call it their gut feeling.
Some people call it that voice.
Exactly. And, we're not talking about being schizophrenic here, okay? So
Let's get that clear.
Yes. And so this part that's important, really, there's much more wisdom, but it's not out there. It's actually in here. But how do we access this inner knowing? So yes, there is training that comes with it, because if we have a very busy mind, then you're never going to hear, because the mind chatter is going to overpower that stillness within where that wisdom lies. The key word is trust, because if you don't have that self-trust, if you don't have the self-esteem, this inner voice may say something and you're going to discount it. So I firmly believe in intuition, and even coming on this show is purely intuitive on my part.
Many have started paying attention to the importance of intuition. Steve Jobs even called it more important than intellect. Maybe in the near future, intuition will become an accepted and sought-after skill in all professions. Just because we cannot explain it, it does not mean it is not real.
Before that, I started believing in intuition, so we did 2 exercises, and now I think I believe it because I experienced it myself. And for the second exercise, I paired with Lee Kim, and she drew a picture that she thought she sent something about me in the picture, and that picture actually explains and shows what I really feel inside me where not many people know. Now I can say I believe in intuition.
We have randomly selected 6 different people from different backgrounds to take part in this play shop. As you have seen, all of them had a profound experience regarding the accuracy of their intuition, but this was done in a controlled environment whereby they agreed to participate in these exercises. Therefore, we must always remember to not invade another person's privacy. I personally hope that we also learn to respect and keep healthy boundaries, or shall I say, mind your own business. It was also very interesting to hear what Jay said about me, because I actually thought that I got things undercover. It was very helpful, insightful from a personal level to know that yes, what bothers me is bothering me. But from an experiential of the program, I think it's just evident that intuition comes to us naturally. And it's only blocked because we don't trust ourselves. That's what I feel. At the beginning of this episode, I played with you a card game. The thing is, it was a mind game.
In actual truth is there were 2 decks of cards. So irregardless of what card you picked, you would never see it again. So what was my intention? My intention was to trick you. But the thing is this, after watching the rest of the episode, you know that intuition is for real. Mind over matter when you can swallow glass. And at the end of it all, when you nurture that intuition, it is your intention and your motivation that gives you the results you want. Whether you understand it, whether it is blur or whether you want to understand it, the point is, the mind is indeed powerful, but it is only as powerful to create the results you want depending on your motivation in life. Like I always say, what you see may not be real, and what is real, you may not see.